Imagine this. It's midnight. Your phone buzzes. It's the person you love. You pick it up, and the first thing you hear is, "If you don't come online right now, maybe you don't love me anymore." Your heart races. You've got an exam tomorrow, work piled up. But suddenly, none of that matters. Because in your head, it's not just a call, it's a test. And without even realizing it, you're trapped. Not by chains, not by walls, but by words. Welcome to the world of dark psychology in relationships, where love can feel like a fairy tale on the surface. But behind the curtain, it becomes one of the most powerful weapons of control ever created. In this video, we're pulling back the curtain on the 7 most dangerous dark psychology tricks narcissists use in dating. These are not just red flags. They are calculated psychological tactics, tested, perfected, and designed to manipulate your emotions so deeply that you don't even notice it happening. But you will. By the end of this video, you'll be able to recognize every single trick. You'll understand how they work, and most importantly, you'll know exactly how to protect yourself before it's too late. Dark psychology. 2 words that sound like something out of a mystery novel. But it's real. Terrifyingly real. At its core, dark psychology is about influence. Twisted. It's how human emotions, trust, and even love can be exploited and used as weapons. And nowhere is it more dangerous than in relationships. Because love is supposed to be the safest thing in the world. It's supposed to be honest, vulnerable, messy, but real. But for a narcissist, love isn't love. It's a battlefield. And you? You're the prize to be conquered. Here's the catch. They don't storm in waving red flags. They don't scream, "I'm here to manipulate you." No, they slip into your life like a shadow. At first, they make you feel seen, understood, adored. You think you found something special. But in reality, the game has already started. Piece by piece, they begin pulling invisible strings. Not all at once, not loudly, but quietly, so you don't notice. Until one day, you wake up and realize you don't even recognize yourself anymore. That's why today, we're exposing 7 of the most dangerous tactics narcissists use in dating. Tricks so subtle, so cleverly disguised, that chances are, you've already seen them. Maybe you've even lived them. Trick number 1. Love bombing. Picture this. You meet someone new. From the very first conversation, they make you feel like the most important person in the universe. Your phone lights up every morning with good morning texts. They send flowers to your workplace just because. Late night calls stretch until dawn, with them whispering, "I've never felt this way about anyone before. Especially not this fast." It feels magical. Almost too magical. This overwhelming wave of affection is called love bombing, and it's not a mistake. It's the first weapon in the narcissist's arsenal. Here's why it works. When someone showers you with non-stop attention, your brain starts producing dopamine, the same chemical that floods your system when you win a jackpot or eat your favorite food. It feels intoxicating, addictive, impossible to resist. You start to believe, this must be fate. This must be real love. But what you don't realize is, you're being hooked. Because here's the dark secret. They're not doing this because they care about you. They're doing it because they want control. Love bombing isn't about love, it's about dependency. The more affection they pour in at the start, the more you'll crave it later. And when they suddenly pull that affection away, which they always do, you'll do anything to get it back. It's like this. Imagine feeding a child candy non-stop for weeks. Then one day, you stop. What happens? The child cries, begs, does anything to get that sugar rush back. That's exactly what love bombing does to your emotions. And the terrifying part? It often feels so good in the beginning that people ignore the warning signs. Maybe you've been there. You meet someone who says, "I love you," within a week. Someone who plans your future together after 2 dates. Someone who makes you feel like you're soulmates, almost instantly. And your friends? They warn you it's too fast, but you brush it off thinking, they just don't understand what we have. That's the trap. Because once you're hooked on that attention, the narcissist doesn't have to chase you anymore. You start chasing them. You start needing their validation to feel whole. And that's when the real manipulation begins. So the next time you feel swept off your feet by someone who moves too fast, too soon, pause. Ask yourself, is this love or is it a setup? Trick number 2, gaslighting. Now imagine this. You find a text on their phone. It's suspicious, too friendly, too late at night. Your gut twists, so you ask them about it. But instead of answering, they laugh. What? Are you serious? You're imagining things. Your chest tightens, because you know what you saw, you know what you read. But their confidence makes you doubt yourself. Maybe you misread it? Maybe you're overthinking? Maybe you are crazy? This is gaslighting, one of the darkest, most dangerous tricks in the psychology playbook. It's not just lying, it's rewriting reality. The narcissist's goal here isn't just to deny the truth, it's to destabilize you, to make you question your own memory, your own perception, even your own sanity. And it works frighteningly well. Here's why. As humans, we crave certainty. We need to trust our own minds. But when someone close to you, someone you love, starts telling you, that never happened, your brain goes to war with itself. On one side, your memory. On the other hand, their words. And when this happens repeatedly, over and over, your brain takes the easy way out. It surrenders. It starts by trusting their version of reality over your own. Here's an example. You remember them promising to call you after work. They don't. When you ask why, they say, "I never said that. You're twisting my words." Or you remember them raising their voice during an argument. But when you bring it up, they insist, "I wasn't yelling. You're just too sensitive." Notice what's happening here. The focus shifts from their behavior to your reaction. And slowly, you start to believe it. You start telling yourself, maybe I did overreact. Maybe I am too sensitive. Maybe I can't trust myself. That's the trap. Gaslighting turns your mind into a prison. And the scariest part? You're the one holding the key. But you don't realize it. Because if you can't trust your own memory, whose version of reality do you cling to? Theirs. Always theirs. And that's exactly what the narcissist wants. So the next time someone constantly denies what you know is real, when they twist your words, laugh at your feelings, or call you crazy for noticing patterns, don't ignore it. That's not love. That's gaslighting. And it's one of the most toxic manipulations you'll ever face. Trick number 3, triangulation. Picture this. You're out with them, enjoying dinner. Everything feels normal, almost peaceful. Then suddenly, out of nowhere, they drop a name, an example, a coworker, a mysterious friend. They don't just mention them casually. They sprinkle in details that sting. "Oh, you should see how ambitious she is. He really understands me. We still talk sometimes. But it's nothing." Your chest tightens, because deep down, you know it is something. This is triangulation, a mind game as old as human emotion itself. Here's how it works. Instead of loving you directly, they make you compete. They dangle someone else, real or imaginary, like a shadow hanging over the relationship. And slowly, they turn love into a rivalry. One day, they'll shower you with praise. Next, they'll casually compare you to someone else. And without even realizing it, you're pulled into the game. You start overanalyzing, dressing differently, working harder, trying to outshine the ghost they've placed between you. And here's the cruel genius behind it. The more you fight for their attention, the more powerful they feel. Because suddenly, they're no longer the ones chasing you. You're the one chasing them. Think about it. Have you ever been in a relationship where you constantly felt like you weren't enough? Where someone else's name was always floating in the air, even when they weren't around? That's not by accident. That's triangulation at work. And here's the truth. Love should never feel like a competition. It should never feel like a prize you have to fight for. If someone forces you to battle for their affection, it isn't love. It's control. It's manipulation. And it's designed to keep you locked in a cycle of proving, chasing, and doubting yourself. Because the moment you stop competing, they fear losing the power they hold over you. That's triangulation. A silent war where the battlefield is your heart. And the enemy is invisible, but always present. Trick number 4, intermittent reinforcement. Now imagine this. One day, they're warm. They text you non-stop. They hold your hand in public. They tell you you're the only one who matters. The very next day, cold silence. No messages, no affection, just distance. As if you don't even exist. And you're left thinking, did I do something wrong? Did I say something to upset them? What changed? This is intermittent reinforcement, and it's one of the most dangerous psychological hooks ever used in relationships. Here's why. Your brain is wired to crave patterns. But when the pattern is unpredictable, when the reward comes and goes without warning, it creates an obsession. Think of a slot machine. You pull the lever. Sometimes you win. Most times, you don't. But because the win comes at random, you keep pulling, hoping this time will be the jackpot. That's exactly what happens here. One moment, you feel like you found the love of your life. Next, you feel abandoned. And so you chase the good days, constantly trying to earn back their love. But here's the dark truth. They're not loving you inconsistently by mistake. It's calculated. It's a control tactic. Because the more they withhold affection, the harder you work to please them. And when they finally give you a scrap of attention, it feels like heaven. It feels like salvation. But in reality, it's the same trick casinos use to keep people gambling away their lives. This is not love. It's emotional conditioning. It's a trap designed to make you addicted to them. And the cruelest part, the highs feel so good that you forget how devastating the lows really are. That's how they keep you hooked. Not through constant love, but through unpredictable love. And once you're locked into that cycle, walking away feels almost impossible. Trick number 5, projection. Picture this. You find a message on their phone. It's suspicious. Your gut tells you something isn't right, so you confront them. But instead of answering, they look you dead in the eye and say, "Wow, you're the one who's hiding things. You're the liar here, not me." And just like that, the spotlight flips. The guilt, the suspicion, the weight of proof. It all gets dumped onto you. This is a projection. One of the narcissist's favorite weapons. Here's how it works. If they cheat, they accuse you of cheating. If they lie, they accuse you of lying. If they manipulate, they call you manipulative. And why does this work so well? Because it puts you on the defensive. Instead of focusing on their behavior, you scramble to defend yourself. You start explaining, proving, justifying, while they sit back and watch. It's a psychological judo move. They take their own flaws, their own guilt, their own darkness, and hurl it straight at you. Suddenly, you're the problem. You're the toxic one. And deep down, you start to wonder, what if they're right? But listen carefully. That voice of doubt inside you, that confusion, it's not a weakness. It's the very evidence that projection is working on you. Here's the chilling part. Projection isn't just about blaming you. It's about rewriting reality. It forces you to question your own identity, while they walk away clean. Think of it this way. A thief shouting, "Stop thief!" in the middle of the crowd. Everyone turns on the wrong person, while the real criminal disappears in plain sight. That's what narcissists do in relationships. They commit the crime, then hand you the punishment. Trick number 6, the silent treatment. Sometimes, the most painful sound is silence. One day they're warm, smiling, talking, flooding you with affection, and then suddenly, they vanish. No texts, no calls, nothing. You stare at your phone. Your chest tightens. 100 thoughts race through your mind. Did I do something wrong? Are they angry? Are they leaving me? This is no accident. It's calculated. It's the silent treatment. One of the coldest weapons in dark psychology. Here's why it works. Your brain hates uncertainty. When someone disappears without explanation, your mind fills the silence with fear. You replay conversations, analyze every word you said, begging for answers that never come. And the longer they stay silent, the more desperate you become. Until finally, you reach out first. You apologize. You beg. You chase. Even if you weren't the one who did anything wrong. And when they finally return, smiling, gentle, like nothing happened, the relief is overwhelming. But don't mistake it for love. Because here's the dark truth. They are the ones who created your pain, and they're the ones rescuing you from it. That cycle of hurt and relief trains you like a puppet. Their silence pulls the strings. Your emotions dance to the rhythm. It's punishment disguised as distance, control disguised as absence. And it works because silence cuts deeper than shouting ever could. Trick number 7, future faking. Now we come to the cruelest trick of them all. The one that doesn't just steal your present, it hijacks your future. It starts with promises, grand, glittering visions of what's to come. One day, we'll get married. Next year, we'll buy a house together. Someday, we'll travel the world, just you and me. And in those moments, your heart soars. Because finally, you believe you're safe. That all the struggles, all the confusion, all the pain, they're just temporary. Because the future looks perfect. But here's the dark truth. That future, it never comes. Future faking is the art of selling dreams they never intend to deliver. It's hope turned into a leash. Because as long as you're waiting for that someday, you'll keep tolerating the today. Think about it. Have you ever stayed in a relationship longer than you should have because you were holding on to what could be? That's the trap. Narcissists use future faking to buy time, to keep you invested, to stop you from walking away. Every empty promise becomes a chain around your ankles, keeping you tethered to a life that only exists in your imagination. And when you finally wake up, when you realize those dreams were never real, you're left standing in the ruins of years you can't get back. That's the devastation of future faking. Not just the lie itself, but the stolen time, the wasted hope, the version of your life that never truly existed. Take a deep breath, because if you've made it this far, you already know the truth. Love isn't always love. Sometimes, it's a battlefield. And the weapons? They're invisible. Words, silences, games, tricks. All designed to bend your emotions until you can't tell which way is up. Now think back. Did any of the 7 tricks we exposed feel familiar? A sudden wave of affection that felt too good to be true? The cold silence that made you feel small? The guilt twisted back onto you until you were the villain in your own story? If even one of these moments rang a bell, you've brushed against dark psychology. And here's the chilling part. Once someone has used it on you, they'll try again. Because manipulation thrives in silence, it grows when you ignore it. But not anymore. Because you've just installed what I call your mental antivirus. And once it's active, no manipulator can control you again. How? Because awareness is the shield. When you see the game, you no longer play blind. When you recognize the trick, it loses its power. And when you can say out loud, "This isn't love. This is manipulation," then you've already broken free. But this isn't just about you. Someone you know, maybe a friend, maybe a sibling, is walking straight into this trap right now. Maybe tonight, their phone is buzzing with messages that feel like love, but are really chains. Maybe tomorrow, they'll start questioning their own memory, their own worth, and unless someone warns them, they won't see it until it's too late. That's why I want you to do something powerful. Drop a comment below. Share your story. Your words might be the flashlight someone else needs when they're standing in the dark. Think of it like this. Every story in the comments isn't just a confession, it's a lifeline. It's proof that people escape, that people heal, that people learn, and that no manipulator, no matter how clever, is stronger than the truth. Because here's the thing. Narcissists and manipulators thrive on one dangerous belief, that their victims will stay silent. But when you speak, when you warn, when you leave a trail for others to follow, you don't just free yourself, you dismantle the game for everyone watching. So before you scroll away, remember this. Dark psychology may be invisible, but so is light. And when you shine it, the tricks, the lies, the manipulation, they scatter like shadows. This video was your wake-up call, but now you are the wake-up call for someone else. So, if you've ever felt trapped, if you've ever recognized even one of these tricks in your life, write it below, because you never know who might read your words and realize they're not crazy, they're not weak, they're not alone. They're just caught in a game. And thanks to you, they finally see the way out. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. Because the truth is, what we covered today is only the beginning. There are more tactics, more hidden strategies, and more ways manipulators try to control you. But together, we'll break every single one of them. Until then, remember this. Real love never needs tricks. Real love never makes you feel small. And real love? It never plays games. Stay sharp, stay aware, and most of all, stay free.